Alright, hey, we're back.
Doing great. Yeah,
It's me, James, from... and we got Dylan back.
Hello.
After our massive triumph that was the top 10 cheer-up songs from the 90s.
It was great.
Oh,
Spin Magazine said it was one of the most triumphant endeavors of the year so far. They said that...
that's Spin, S-P-I-N-N-E.
Yep,
right,
yeah, it looks like spine or something.
Yeah, but it's pronounced Spin. Yeah.
They said that we're the next Abba and Costello.
Abba and Costello?
Yeah, Abba and Costello. Or something like that.
Yeah, is that what they said?
They said that, yep.
Oh, okay.
They.
Spin.
Not spine, no someone else.
So different. So there's another thing that was... Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think it was a rousing success. We've getting all sorts of positive feedback.
Oh, definitely.
For this thing that isn't on the internet yet. But
Mark McGrath liked it after we talked about
from
him.
Sugar.
Yep.
Yeah.
He liked it.
He did, yeah. We mentioned him, yeah, because you picked the Sugar Ray song. Yeah, that was awesome. Well, you ready to do another one?
Sure.
Excited?
What's this one about? I don't know.
I feel like this has a less tangible name, but I guess it's like, I made this playlist. It's like, the idea is like you're going out like to have like a wild night on the town. You're gonna do some raising some hell. So it's like, what would soundtrack that night? Like
that's really the idea you make, because I have a list of 10 songs that are exactly about that, like without knowing.
Yeah.
You told me not to prepare, but I think that mentally.
Did I tell you not to prepare?
You just said to come over, and then I came in. The camera was set up,
and you just happened to have. Yeah.
I love it.
Never mind that.
GS.
Well, so I guess the
I'm
idea
just
is
kidding.
like,
I knew all about this.
Like the Raising Hell mixtape, I guess is what the Raising Hell mixtape.
Raisin hell.
So
like when you eat too much raisin bran.
Yeah, Raising Hell. Yeah. So it's like that's the idea here. Is like we're out, and it's funny. Like with a lot of these things, and a lot of mixes I make in general. Like I remember being in high school, or maybe a little after high school, and I made this like, oh, if I was gonna DJ a party, like this is the songs that would play at that party. Like I never had this party, but I had the music to
I love making playlists. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like this weird kind of like, well, just like last week I talked about how in an alternate universe I'm like a guy who wears a cowboy hat and goes out line dancing. So this is like if I was like out in the town doing some hell raising, this is what I would play. But like, if you know me. That is not me. I
tonight we're good. Tonight's gonna prove different.
Even like you were talking about good like pranking the drive-thru at McDonald's. Like I don't even want to do that. Like
I said, what if we went to McDonald's and ordered like a filet mignon, and then like even just thinking about it makes me feel like
you happy.
Feel really awful.
Oh,
yeah, because like
we work.
I get it.
We work with the public, so we would.
Yeah, we know. That's like putting ourselves in their shoes.
All right. Well, what's the like?
Right,
what's
maybe
like
not that,
what's the most like the safest way we could raise some hell? We could throw something off the roof. You want to do that?
We'll see. Maybe break a window in like a storefront window.
Maybe at the end of this video, you'll see us raising some literal hell. Not literal. I keep saying that. Causing some trouble. I don't want to do that though. I'm a real. It's not even that like I'm like first off, I don't like I want to upset anyone ever, and also I'm just like riddled with anxiety. So it's like none of these things sound appealing to me. But like we can talk about it.
That's why I like the idea of it.
Yeah,
but
so
I would never do it.
Actually, do it.
But maybe the Flamin' Young thing might be harmless.
It is harmless, but it would still make me anxious to do it. To reiterate, we got here the Raising Hell mixtape. So these are the songs that you're gonna go out and just like have a wild ass time listening to, while you're in your. I made this. I still play mixtape, but a playlist to play while I'm driving. That to me sounds ideal. Like you're out driving, wild night on the town. I mean, you could listen to anything wherever, but like ideally that's where I like to hear these songs is in the car. So yeah, how do you feel? You feel good? Got some good stuff going? Good choices?
I'm feeling it.
All right. You want to kick it off?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, this song is one that I, like you said, driving in the car late at night. This song, I first heard it around Halloween time, which is one of my favorite times of the year.
Me too. October is my favorite month. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, October is Halloween.
That's it. Oh, me too. Yeah. But I think I was at a hayride one night, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and this album I first heard, it was California by Mr. Bungle. Classic. And the song is None of Them Knew They Were Robots. You know that one? It's
I know the album California.
It's the second
sing
song.
It for me.
It's like
oh. This is sounding familiar. It's been so long since I
You might know it. It's just the vibe of the song is like a psycho carnival or something like.
They were good at that. They were good at psycho carnivals.
This one, like the first album, I was gonna pick something from that, but I feel like this album, like this song blends what they did on the first, second, and now the new album perfectly, and it just, like you said, makes me want to raise hell. It makes me want to like drive through like a haunted hayride barn, like steal the tractor and drive through the barn and like steal the haunted hayride, lead the people into like traffic or something. Not safely, but like
safely
kidnap, like hijack the hayride.
I like that. This is like a very specific type of hell you're raising with this one.
So that's what that reminds me of. It just reminds me of Halloween time, and I love that song. I love Mr. Bungle's real awesome. I haven't seen them. I know they played like last year.
Yeah, so, I was thinking about going to that, but they were playing like the old
it was like the
first demo,
Easter Bunny or something.
Like, well, I don't have that.
I don't know that.
I don't have that one. Like, yes, I would have loved if they played the songs I knew, but I get it. They're outside the box.
Yeah, but I did see Dead Cross and Secret Chiefs 3 opened up. Members of Mr. Bungle is in that band. But yeah, that song's great. That album's great. Mr. Bungle's great.
Yeah,
and
I
really,
like
just crazy music.
I like that. I think the song "Vanity Fair" is on that album.
Oh yeah,
and "Air Conditioned Nightmare."
Oh,
that's
Air Conditioned Nightmare is crazy.
Yeah, that album is like if the Beach Boys just went.
Oh, I know, like insane.
I know the Beach Boys were not the most mentally stable, particularly Brian Wilson. But it's like
Brian Wilson actually like lost it. He's like, air conditioned nightmare.
It's like the Beach Boys like in an insane asylum. Is like how that album sounds to me.
That's a good way to put it. Because a lot of bands remind me of the Beach Boys because I think they had a profound impact on a lot of music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Without the credit.
But I feel like the influence of that type of Beach Boys surf sunny music like flipped on its head is like really prevalent throughout California.
It's like it's the upside down Stranger Things version of the Beach Boys.
Yes, absolutely. I've never watched that show. What is Stranger?
There's that guy from that band, Calpurnia, is in it.
You got the dude.
Oh, right.
The
kid.
Yeah.
The guy from It.
I'm kidding.
What's his name? Bill Burr.
Stranger Things is one of my favorite.
Bill Burr? Did Bill Burr play Pennywise?
Stranger Things.
Was that Bill Burr who played
Pennywise?
No, that
was Bill Skarsgård.
Oh. Can you imagine Bill Burr as Pennywise?
He's like, get the hell out of here. Come on.
That's a pretty good Bill Burr impression.
Kid, you gotta get the hell out of here. This is my town, alright? Alright, I only come out every 100 years, alright?
Or is it 600 years?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen
a spin-off of It. Bill Burr playing Pennywise.
That would be something. But yes, anyway. that Mr. Bungle album was great. Is Mr. Bungle? We're gonna go off on a little Mike Patton tangent here, if you don't mind. Is Mr. Bungle your favorite Mike Patton project, or what is your favorite Mike Patton project?
I consider, I guess I know he did more with them, but the 3 albums, Angel Dust, King for a Day, and maybe just Angel Dust and King for a Day, because Album of the Year I liked, but I wasn't in love with. Those 2 albums, I would say, are my favorite
Angel Dust is
from him. So I think just
Angel Dust is
Angel
one
Dust.
of the best. I love
I think
Angel Dust.
just Angel Dust.
We're talking about Faith No More.
Yeah, Faith
now.
No More.
We switched to Faith No More off of Mr. Bungle, but yeah, Angel Dust.
I'd say that's my favorite Mike Patton project. That album because
So like
it was
Angel
like,
Dust by Faith No More.
Yeah.
Yeah, that album was great. And that's why Jim Martin, I feel like, left Faith No More, right? Because he didn't like the direction.
Yeah, too much.
He didn't like that they were going into a cool, interesting direction.
Yeah.
Not that I don't. I like the real
metal
thing
kind of stuff,
just
yeah.
fine, but I feel like it's not perfect. It like definitely has its ups and
Falling
downs.
to Pieces is a good
Falling to
song.
Pieces is great. You know what else?
It almost
is on
reminds me
there?
of like Spyro music or something.
The instrumental. Is it called Woodpecker from Mars? Like that's
Yeah.
a really dope track.
And they did
too.
well, their cover of Midnight Cowboy was great. That was also Angel Dust. I think.
What was it? What's the
last
first
song.
track off of The Real Thing? 1 minute here. What's
Yeah,
that? From Out of Nowhere.
From Out of Nowhere.
Yeah, that's a really good song too.
Come from out of nowhere.
Epic is just
And,
like overplayed. I think we heard that one. Surprise You're Dead. That's a hot song.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that song.
War Pigs.
Yeah, their version of War Pigs is. I don't know
Something.
that was necessary. No, it's completely competent. Mike Patton is a great vocal. The band is great too. But it's
Now
just like you
pure
didn't need. You didn't need to do that, and I wonder why that was done. I wonder if that was a record company thing, saying like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we need to put on a song that people would recognize."
Or also some Chuck Mosley stuff is good.
Yeah. Oh, well, Ansong is great, and obviously we care a lot. And
Rest in peace.
my next one is a band that actually, honestly, I don't know too much about this band. This song has come into my life recently, and I think it's dope. The band's called Girlschool, and the song's called "Race with the Devil." It's actually
I've heard of them.
It's a cover. The song was originally by a band called The Gun, who I don't know anything about them either. But I guess Girlschool has like a close association with Motorhead. So I guess you know, they're sort of seen as like the sort of the female version of Motorhead.
This was like the 80s or
yeah. So this song
70s.
came out in 1980.
that's why, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like when I thought this is the song that got me to make this playlist.
Oh.
And it's like it's just like full of sort of energy. It's got a great riff to it, and it just it just makes you want to go out and raise some hell. So yeah, I honestly I should hear more of this band because I only really know this one song and maybe a couple. It's from Demolition is the name of the album from 1980. But anyway, that's my first choice, "Race with the Devil" by Girlschool. Listen to that one when you're driving; it'll really get you
down.
going. So yes, there's my number one, and now your number
Alrighty.
two.
My next one is by the OCs. Or you could pronounce it OCS, you could pronounce it OCs, you could
Why do they
pronounce
keep
it...
changing the name like that?
I don't know, it makes, for one thing, it makes it hard to find which album I want to listen to.
Yeah, it's I love that band, but that's a little annoying that they keep doing that.
Yeah.
They keep it was the OCs and then it's OCs and then it's OCS.
Or
And
the
then,
OCs, then THEE.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I love them.
no, they're great, but like, why do they keep doing that?
Oh, I don't know. This one is a song called "Together Tomorrow," and it's just really, really chaotic. Like it just comes in and like it's like it's like you're being chased by a dragon or something.
Wait, once more.
And it's like it's really good though.
It's like you're being chased by a dragon. I like
Something
that.
like that. It's off the album with the
Whoa.
What's that?
The song you're talking about.
What's the album called again?
Smoke Reverser?
Spaghetti Jesus.
No.
No, that's the name of
Oh yeah, Spaghetti Jesus did the video.
Did he?
it. Face
did.
Stabber.
Face Stabber. Greatest title for
Videos.
an album I've ever heard in my life.
That's my friend Josh did the video for this.
This
Which is really crazy video. It's
kind
like
of adult
it's like
stuff.
Wallace and Gromit in hell or something.
What's the song called again?
Together Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
It's a really, really good song. I'm sorry, Josh, I didn't pick the song because of you, but
He didn't make
he did
the
an
song,
amazing.
yeah,
He
no.
did an amazing video. Yeah, OCs. I feel like a lot of their music though you could raise hell with.
Yeah, oh yeah,
they're
for
like
sure.
really,
for sure.
really
I like,
fresh,
I
really
Come
loud.
From the Mountain. That song.
Oh
is
yeah.
dope.
That one kicks in. When it kicks in, it really kicks in.
Yeah.
But yeah, OCs Together Tomorrow.
I was driving in Colorado and there was a bunch of mountains and I was like, oh man, I really want to hear it come from the mountain. but it wasn't on Spotify at the time, that album, and I didn't have the CD. I have Floating Coffin, the CD, but I didn't have it accessible to me at that point, and that's a deep regret in my life.
That is a good song.
OC, whatever you want to call that band, whatever they want to call themselves, that's a very good band, and that's like they're definitely worth checking out. And that album that song comes from is called Face Stabber. That's
and there's like the cover. It's like this ghoul or something. It was weird looking. I think it's like an art piece from a while ago, but definitely they have a lot of stuff. Smoke Reverser is really good.
I like Floating Coffin, and then it's a big one, but The Dream.
That's a great song.
Yeah, I loved it. I saw them play that. I didn't actually see them, but I saw a video of them playing that live at the Pitchfork Fest 2000 whatever, and it's just like you're looking like, is this stage gonna catch on fire? That's how hard they're going. It's awesome.
They're just it's him, 2 drummers, and a bass player. Yeah. So they're a 4-piece, but really they do. The Melvins do that too. 2 drummers.
You got a Melvin song on there?
Nah. They're cool though.
They're too slow. I feel like I don't know much about the Melvins. We saw them together at the Stone Pony 5 years ago or 4 years ago, something like that.
That show was cool.
And that was cool.
They did a David Bowie cover.
Did they? I don't remember that.
It was Savior Machine off of Man Who Sold the World.
That could be because I'm not that familiar with that album. That could be why I didn't recognize it. But I enjoyed the show, even though I don't.
Yeah.
Actually, it was not the first time I saw Buzz, because bringing it back to Mike Patton, the only time I ever seen Mike Patton was at Madison Square Garden, Phantom Moss opening for Tool in October 2001, a month after 9/11.
Wow!
I was 15. But yeah, even we were very far away, and we're at Madison Square Garden, but you still see his hair. He's got this. We put up a picture of King Buzzo from the Melvins here, just so you get an idea of what that guy's hair looks like.
A lot of hair.
It's pretty intense.
One would say too much hair.
It's a lot, but it's I guess it's his trademark.
Yeah. It's cool. He still has all of it,
Yeah.
Unless he's like Meatloaf and he wears a wig.
Does Meatloaf wear a wig?
Yeah, that's definitely a wig.
That hurts.
And
you know why I always picture Meatloaf naked? I'll tell you why. Because in this song, it's like his. Let us go off on a little Meatloaf tangent.
My coworker Jeff.
I picture
my coworker Jeff. We have real quick before we get a Meatloaf tangent.
Yeah, okay.
We always have Bad Out of Hell on vinyl.
Yeah.
And we always play not a drinking game, but who can spot the most Bad Out of Hells in the store, and it's we both don't like Meatloaf, so my coworker Jeff and I I'll go up to him hey Jeff, a customer's looking to see if we have another copy of this, and be like, oh jeez.
So it's you keep Bad Out of Helling each other?
Yeah.
It's like this?
Yeah, it's like that. So I'm gonna send him a link to this when it's out.
That's funny. But it's actually it's about a song from that album, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which is, I guess, Meatloaf's most popular song. But in that song where it says, we were barely 17 and we were barely dressed, I just picture Meatloaf naked in the back of a car.
We were barely 17 when we were barely dressed.
Because it's I don't need to think about Meatloaf barely dressed.
I could see it, and the wig comes off. But he's
It's just an image that.
I imagine that, and doesn't he a Babe Ruth or something?
What about Babe?
I'm thinking about Sloth.
you get Sloth confused with Meatloaf.
Hey there.
Are you falling backwards?
Oh man.
All right. So your number 2 pick is Meatloaf.
Yeah, my number 2 pick is Face Stabber by Meatloaf. Oh.
All right.
I just got Meatloaf confused with Sloth.
From the Goonies.
Yep.
All right.
They both kind of have that hair thing going though, right? Doesn't he
have
the hair
big dudes? Yeah, and they're
So Meatloaf doesn't need a Baby Ruth in the video?
You know what? The video for what?
We're gonna go all the way tonight. Doesn't he eat a Baby Ruth or something seductively?
Is there a music video for that? I feel like that song predates music videos.
Oh, there was one. Or there's a live version. I think he pulls out a Baby Ruth.
When the guy's doing the baseball,
Yeah,
he's like, hey, sliding into second base, and while the guy's doing that, Meatloaf is eating a Baby Ruth.
I might just be imagining things again. Like,
I don't think this actually happened. I think your intel, as far as Meatloaf is concerned, is like super off base.
Let me look it up real quick.
Okay. While Dylan looks that up, I'm gonna talk about the Cramps. Do you like the Cramps?
Yeah, it's not a thing. The Meatloaf Baby Ruth thing doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. What are you doing? Like, where's all this odd information you have about Meatloaf? The Cramps. Do you like the Cramps?
Oh, yeah.
The Cramps are awesome.
They're awesome, yeah.
So, yeah, there's any number of Cramps songs I could have picked. Tear It Up or Garbage Man or a TV Set. But I picked one from a little... I've been sort of... I just love this song once. I was at a House of Independence in Asbury, and I'd never heard this song before, but it was playing, and I think I recognized it as the Cramps, but I didn't.
You did the Siri, what song is this?
No, I don't talk to Siri. I did my Soundhound, and
Good.
I held it up, which to me is like, can we talk about Soundhound and Shazam for a second? How magical,
underrated too. And with Siri, it's like sometimes you'll do it and they'll be like, "I didn't get that," then you'll miss it.
Yeah, I don't talk to Siri. I have Siri, I think, but I've never spoken to her.
I don't listen to Siri. Siri. See?
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
So I clicked the magic.
Yes, it does.
You're
It does work.
Our producer's Siri is working. So I forget. I think I was at the Eagles of Death Metal show with the Battery Electric. You
were there?
House of it. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't at that one.
No, it was a great show.
I saw Eagles of Death Metal in New York.
Yeah,
really
they're great. Yeah. I want to say it was DJ Jack the Ripper who was there, who's a local. I don't know him personally, but but he's like always plays. I would sit. He would put DJ at the old Asbury Lanes, and I would sit by. There was like a little bench or like a couch.
I remember it. Yeah.
By his DJ booth, and I would be so like I would visibly like smiling and happy when he would play like, oh, I love that song, and he could see me. I always felt very embarrassed, but he was such a great DJ. But this song is called "Bikini Girls with Machine Guns." You ever heard it?
I don't know that. I'm sure I don't know. I've listened to that album, so I've heard it, but I don't.
Yeah, it's from Stay Sick from '89, and it's like another one of those songs that's like has no correlation to my life. Like I've never seen a bikini girl with a machine gun. And,
you haven't?
No, not in real life. No.
Oh.
And it's just the lyrics are about like drag racing on LSD and like riding bare ass on this. Like it's just like the lyrics are crazy.
The norm kind of.
Yeah, well, it's just the Cramps. That's what they deal with. Is like in sort of crazy, wild. I mean, the album's called "Stay Sick." So, yeah, and it's just got this sort of driving, thumping beat to it, and Lux Interior, the singer, rest in peace, Lux Interior, is just like on fire, and then like Poison Ivy on guitar, obviously his wife, who is still alive, he was just like kills it, always does, and like, man, the Cramps are just like, I want the Cramps to be like as beloved as like the Ramones are, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they don't get mentioned as much as they should, because the Cramps are dope. Yeah. Like, and you look up live videos, like he used to, Lux Interior, the singer, like play with like wearing high heels and like a little like G string, like humping the floor and jumping up like on the
yeah, they were
like holding on to the ceiling, and like
they're not credited as much as they should be.
Yeah, they really, honestly, like that band, I feel like they're like alternate universe Elvis, like because there's like a very much like rockabilly like base to their music, and I just feel like they're sort of like crazy goth punk version of Elvis.
I can see that.
And they're just like listen to the Cramps, please. They're like a really great band. And that song, Bikini Girls with Machine Guns, like, as good a place as any to start. Like, listen to that song. If you like it, keep going. If you don't, then don't. But like, yeah, I love the Cramps. They're great.
I need to listen to that song now.
Yeah, please. Like, we'll listen to it before you leave. It's really like it's like such a dope. This is why I think we have a good partnership here, because we're on the. We like a lot of the same music, but I feel like we like there's enough different stuff in there that we have different choices each time.
It's like an LLC. My number 3 is by
Meatloaf.
Yep, it's by a band named Ween, and I feel like this song might be on yours. Is it?
I know what song you're gonna say, I believe, and I didn't pick it because I thought you would.
Oh.
So,
wow.
Can I say the name that I think it's gonna be? Am I right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long night
is, yeah.
from Quebec, and
Tony Hawk's Underground 2. You remember that?
I was a Thug 1 man. I did not like Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Too much went on in that. But that's a different topic.
You started getting like text messages and stuff. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
there's like an aim.
Tony Hawk's Underground 1. I'm not even a big video game dude, but Tony Hawk's Underground 1, one of my favorite video games of all time. Absolutely wonderful.
Then 2, you could unlock Phil Margera like in a in like underwear. Or I think it was a diaper or something. I don't know.
And Darth Maul.
I think that was Pro Skater 3.
Ah.
Yeah, what were you thinking?
I love the Tony Hawk games.
Gonna Be a Long Night by Ween
yeah.
is an awesome song.
It's it just makes me want to bust out. You know, it says bring the razor blades, I'll bring the speed.
Bring the razor blades, I'll bring the speed. Oh, so good.
Take off your coat. Like, he's literally telling you, like, take off your fucking coat, you're not moving. Like,
it's gonna be a long night, buddy.
Like, and it's so loud. It's almost like everyone relates it to a Motorhead song, which is, I guess I could see it, but it just reminds me of the one Ween song that sounds like that. I'm sure they did more, but that's the one that sticks out to me.
Well, Ween were
really
very like sort of chameleon type. Like they could sound like any number, and a lot of times they lean towards the very silly. This song, I wouldn't. I mean, it's a little tongue in cheek for sure, but I wouldn't call it like silly. It's hard driving. Yeah, there is a Motorheadness to it. Like you wouldn't mistake it for a Motorhead song, but there's definitely a Motorhead influence. And the rest of this album, it's not the Ween album I'm most familiar with. I'm more of a chocolate and cheese mollusk guy, and I like 12 Golden Country Greats a lot too.
White Pepper's good.
Yeah, but the rest of the album, from what I understand, doesn't really sound like that song. That's the opener.
It goes right into I think the song Zoloft.
Yeah, which is like nothing like
and Transdermal Celebration.
Yeah. So
it
is a bit of an anomaly. I mean, I'm sure there's other stuff. Well, there's like harder stuff that they've done, but this particular brand of heavy is really
defining.
And it's just a really great song. That's I definitely would have picked that, but I figured you liked. So I thought I might have I had like an asterisk at the bottom of mine in case Dylan doesn't bring it up. But yeah, that's a great song. And Ween is definitely a band worth dipping your toe into their catalog because they're like really.
I like the song Little Birdie. He's like.
You sound like Gizmo from Gremlins.
And some of Ween's are like Beck Mellow Gold. You ever listen to that?
No, I'm not.
Some of that stuff sounds like
I'm not very well versed in Beck. I saw him once. He was great. KG Elephant and Spoon and Sunflower Bean.
I think Spoon stole the show.
Spoon were great. Spoon's a great band. Yeah, that was a really
their first
good
and second album were really good.
Yeah, I like Spoon a lot. What's the first one called?
It's the cover. It looks like him, but it's not him on it. I remember. And damn, what's it called?
Yeah, it's alright.
Telephono.
Yeah,
that's it. Yep.
Spoon. KG Elephant. I'm not the world's most.
They were good too.
Gigantic KG Elephant fan. I'm a casual fan, but they were like they put on a really. That's the second time I had seen them. I saw them at Governor's Ball with my old friend Mike. Wanted to see Tool, and Tool was going to play after KG Elephant on this particular stage, so we watched KG Elephant's set, even though I didn't know anything about him, except for that one song that I still think sounds like Kid Rock. Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, you could definitely replace that with a Kid Rock song.
But they're just there's a lot of really great energy that band brings, especially live, to the table.
They're great.
But, Ween, definitely check them out. Mister, would you please help my pony? Come on, it's one of the all-time greats. He can't talk because he's a pony. All right.
Nope.
I am going back in time here to the 70s, the very early 70s, to a song by the Stooges called 1970.
Oh.
From the album Funhouse from 1970, which is...
I might have to intervene with this because I chose the song Funhouse by the Stooges.
Did you? Oh, yeah. so this is the next track, right?
Yeah.
It goes from 1970 to Funhouse.
So why don't you start with 1970
and then you'll go to Funhouse. It's well, if
That's
you
so funny.
if you're a fan, if you don't know about the Stooges, I mean, you probably know that Iggy Pop was the lead singer of the Stooges. And if you know Iggy Pop, you know Lust for Life or whatever, which it's all great stuff. I like Iggy solo
Passenger.
stuff, but it's a very Bowie influence in his first 2 solo albums, The Idiot and Lust for Life. Like, you hear Bowie singing. You can hear Bowie singing on Lust for Life. You can hear him singing on The Passenger. Those albums are great, but the Stooges, particularly the album Funhouse, is like everything rock and roll should be. Is in that album. It's like it's explosive, it's angry, it's like sexual, it's like it's just like when I hear it I think like Trouble. Like that's why like one of the reasons that I chose this song, because it's like Raising Hell or whatever. It's just like these guys are up to no good, and like the album still has this punch to it today. That like I could only imagine what hearing this when it first came out would have sounded like. This is before punk rock as we know it existed. That's why they retroactively they'll call it proto punk.
Did you ever see that Grammy or Rock and Roll Hall of Fame video of him performing? And
I don't think so.
He just goes up to the crowd of people in like suits and he's like saying to them, he's playing "I Want to Be Your Dog," I think, and they're all just like sitting there like not ready for it. And then he brings up, I think it was like Eddie Vedder, Billy Joel Armstrong, and like
Billy Joel Armstrong.
And they just start singing and going crazy, and like
I've never seen that.
It's great. It's like he's just basically the same artist that he was back then. Now in front of all these like suits, and like you have to watch it. It's great.
And if you've never seen video of Iggy performing live, like he was an absolute. He's still alive.
You shared an intimacy with him.
I did. We did. Hold hands for a second. That's because I went
Josh
to go,
Homme gave you the side eye.
I met Josh Homme briefly.
I missed it. If I went to the bathroom, I could have. You were like, "Do you need to go to the bathroom?" I was like, "No, I'm fine." And then you met Josh Homme.
That's exactly what happened. Because we were waiting in line to see. This is a different time. So Portchester, the Capitol Theater in Portchester, New York. The year before I met Josh Homme, I went to go see Iggy Pop in the post-pop depression tour. His backing band was essentially Queens of the Stone Age. So that's the moment, and I was like pretty much right up front. And he did that thing where he stands on the barrier between the stage and the crowd, and I like held his hand for stability, and that was like truly one of the best shows I've ever been to. I'm pretty sure I cried because they opened with Lust for Life, and I wasn't ready for that. I want to say 1 year later, in 2017, that you and I went to that same venue to see Queens of the Stone Age on their Villains tour. And we were standing in line.
It was the first night of the tour.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Maybe I did at the time.
I think it was. Or the first night. Yeah, I think so.
We had showed up, I want to say like an hour before doors. I don't normally do that anymore, but we wanted to get up front.
I think it was, an hour or an hour and a half before doors. Because for that venue, you have to run.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Yeah,
it's so stressful.
You have to really get up there. So we were standing, waiting in line, and it was probably, I would say maybe it was like 15 or 20 minutes before the doors were to open, and I was like, I should pee before we get in there. So I was like, you want to hang? Like, I gotta pee. You want to? And you're like, oh no, I'll hang here. So I went around the side of the venue, and there he was standing there, and he was wearing.
He's tall.
He's
right?
very tall, and he was wearing a red shirt, and it was just like, there's no way you're mistaking that for anyone else. He probably wasn't expecting anyone to be over because they're all waiting in line. And they opened the doors early, I feel like, because I got a text from you very soon after that was like, hey, they're opening the doors. You should get over here now. Yeah. But I just stopped. I was like, ah! I was like, I know he doesn't go by Josh, really. Like, you call him Joshua, but I call him Josh. I was like, Josh! And he's like, oh, hey, man. And I was like, oh, hey! I was like, I saw you last year here with Iggy Pop. And he's like, oh, cool, man. And I was like, can I shake? We shook hands. Nice to meet you, bro. And then I just ran back to you, and I was like, hey, Dylan, I just met Josh Homme. I don't know. Are you seething with resentment over that?
No.
All right.
Not at all.
But, okay, anyway. 1970 by the Stooges. And it's just like, you know, I don't know. There's just this sort of throbbing energy to it, and there's this repetition of him saying, "I feel alright," but he's like, "I feel alright."
Yep.
It's just like this kind of, oh man, it's like, yeah. This is one I listened to. I got into it in like my late teens. I was like 19 when I first absolutely. I will give Henry Rollins credit for. You know, I was a big fan of his spoken word, and he would mention this album has the greatest rock. A lot of people will call this the greatest rock and roll album of all time. I always said it was like if the Rolling Stones had massive balls. Sorry if that's crass, but
no, I can see it. Yeah,
that's always how I
Funhouse. Yeah,
I describe it. And yeah, this album like is super awesome, and there's like these horns in it that are like used in such a like menacingly evil way. Yeah, like and there's like I think this Funhouse Funhouse have horns on it too.
That's the main part for me with the Funhouse track because it's like the same riff over and over and over with the horns that build up, and that's the part he has to.
And he's like blow.
Yeah, right? he has to. He like commands them what to do, and he's like, "All right, take it down." And then he starts singing, and then they go crazy again. I would just imagine that to be like the ultimate song to be like up front at a concert and just have it like your ears get tinnitus from, you know, and it's really just blast it loud. And yeah, we recently found a copy of that on vinyl. Like an original copy of that, which is great to listen to that way. But yeah, it's funny you picked that song because those two songs are amazing.
Yeah, they're so. I think that the whole album is great. That I think is the apex. That's the
it's like the climax. Yeah, like the climax.
You get that one, and then it's like L.A. Blues, right? Which is that kind of odd, almost like. Would you call it like avant-garde jazz type of like way to end the album? But
those
it's awesome
two are definitely
too.
like it's like. Well, I always imagine it like that song just reminds me of like someone who's on like I don't know like meth at a party, like ruining everything, like breaking everything. Like I've never experienced anything like that, but if I could imagine it from movies or whatever. That's what it.
You ever hear a song and think like, oh, this is like this, like I've created a scene in my head before based on a song.
Tommy Langford and.
You're good at that. Yeah, that's too inside baseball for this stuff. But there's like a Swan song called.
Oh wow!
Celebrity Lifestyle. I was like, she's not a celebrity. I always picture
Michael Gira is creepy.
Yeah, he is for sure. But there's like I always pictured like. A girl doing cocaine in the bathroom, like at the sort of hitting her rock bottom, and like that in a scene in a movie, and that song plays over it. I don't know why there's certain songs that I just think, oh, like this would sound good in this context. But anyway, yeah, all right, awesome. Stooges. Do you have anything more you want to say about Stooges, the Funhouse album or song?
Just really good for driving loud. All right, who's next?
Well, I think. We essentially just ping-ponged each other, right? So I chose the Stooges, and then you talked about the Stooges. So I guess we'll go back here just to keep the continuity flowing. So I've gone in the past. We're still in the past here, obviously, but this is a more recent one. But to look at this album, this CD I have it, you wouldn't know that this came out in the 2010s. You would swear this came out in like 1971. The only indication that it didn't is if you look real small and it says copyright 2011. And the sound too. Like you listen to it and you look at it and you see these people on stage.
I think I might know who this is.
Do you?
Is it Unk?
No, but it is the band that opened for Unk.
Who opened for them?
God,
obviously
they left quite an impression on me.
I know who they were, but
I'm not actually sure how to pronounce their name. I thought it was Danava, but my coworker at work said it was Danava.
Yeah. I remember them.
The song, there's a couple of songs.
Weren't they that band that the guy had a mustache, or was that a different band?
I don't think he had a mustache. He had like long, and they just look like they're really straight out of the 70s.
Yeah, I remember. I distinctly remember liking them. I just would have never thought to listen to them again because I didn't remember their name.
Yeah, that's the thing of their name.
Because they're really good,
and it's like a little like, how do I say that, or what is that? Yeah, it's like it's not a name that really sticks. Like when you hear Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats, that kind of sticks in your brain.
They're really, really good.
Yeah, so the album is from 2011. It's called Hemisphere of Shadows. I picked the opening track, Shoot Straight with a Crooked Gun. There's another track on there called The Last Goodbye, which I believe is a cover like of an obscure band who's I'm not sure what their name. That's why I didn't actually pick that one, so I shouldn't actually be talking about it now. But whatever. But yeah, just like real heavy, like just sort of 70s driving rock that is not actually from the 70s, and just like everything about this band, the way they sound, their aesthetic, the way they look, everything about them.
Yeah,
is
they did have quite the aesthetic. Like
Yeah.
they looked like they came off a tour bus in like the 70s or something.
Yeah. It's just like this band. Like, what happened? Did you like? There's like some sort of wormhole you slipped through, and you're here now with us. But anyway, yeah, it's just like awesome, like heavy guitar rock.
Yep. I think
so-
it had a Flying V guitar, maybe. I don't
That's
know.
not impossible. I don't remember. Once again, my memory is not
Yeah.
great anymore.
Something
but-
like that. It was definitely like.
Definitely, a Flying V would have made sense for
Yeah.
sure. But yeah, this song "Shoot Straight with a Crooked Gun" by Danava or Danava. I don't know.
I gotta listen
exactly how to
again.
say it, but yeah, the album's called Hemisphere Shadows. Really good. Yeah, and you look at all their album covers too. It just doesn't look like it's from now. They look like I don't know, they were frozen in ice, and then
Yeah.
they thawed them out in the 2000s or something. Anyway, so that's my number
Dang.
4.
All right. I guess that's me now.
That's you, dog.
Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3. Was that 4 or 5 for you?
2, 3, 4.
'Cause-
That was 4.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. This is my 5th, I guess.
Yes, and then I'll do
Okay.
my 5th after you.
So, yeah, I don't know if you know this band. They're called All Them Witches. You know them?
I know that name. I think from you.
They played in Asbury, and
Park.
Asbury Park. Yeah, not the Asbury, the other Asbury. They played in Asbury Park at the Asbury Lanes, the new lanes.
Don't get me started.
But they played there and I missed it. But this one song, it's called One by One. It's just like look up the video. The way that it busts into the chorus, just the build up. The guy's like, it almost sounds like he's rapping or something, but
Like Papa Roach.
no, in a very tasteful way.
Like Papa Roach.
No, not rapping. He's like saying things in a pattern that's similar to rap, not like Papa Roach.
I don't know. It sounds a lot like Papa Roach. What you're trying to tell me about right now. I don't. If you like Papa Roach, I ain't got no problem with that, bro. You're still my boy.
Oh God, no. No. Anyway, the way that it builds
that
up.
veered into music snobbery, and I don't like it. I'm sorry. Proceed.
I'm trying to think. It doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard. That's what I'm trying to get at. And it's really, really, really good. And just the way that this song builds up and goes into the chorus is really great. I recommend. Maybe we'll play that after this.
Yeah, so what do we got to do? We got to play that and Bikini Girls and Machine
Yep.
Guns. Yeah.
But yeah, One by
Just listen
One.
to that one.
Great, right?
All
Oh,
Them
that's
Witches. It's really, really good song. It's 1X1. That's how it's spelled. But I wish I saw them live because they're.
And now live music doesn't exist.
Yep.
So. Yeah. Well, that sounds intriguing. You got to check that one out.
I don't
That's
know
like-
much.
love-
I don't know much else from them. But
I'd love to hear all the songs that that you've chosen because I don't know. I love this concept. I know I made it up. So, but yeah, I got All Them Witches.
they're. Yep.
Done. I'm going to the 90s now, actually, although this band is more closely associated with the 2000s. I didn't really... This band was very popular in the 2000s. I was never really a fan. But I've sort of come around recently, and I didn't even realize that, like, this band got popular off of what was their 5th album. I didn't realize that.
Wow.
They had, 4 before, if you do math, 4 before that, that were, like, a little more rough and tumble and raw. I'm talking about the Donnas. I don't know if you know.
Is this the album cover where they're on the bedroom?
No, so that's their 5th album, which I believe is called Spend the Night.
Yeah.
That has Take It
And then
Off. And
on the inner cover, there's like a Freddy Krueger poster, which
Is
I
there?
remember when I was super young. That was one of the first albums that I picked up that was in a jewel case because my mom had it, and I opened it up and I didn't know what Freddy Krueger was. And I got really scared. That's specifically that album.
Wow. Did
Yeah.
you listen to it? Or you was like, no, I don't
No,
want it?
I didn't listen to that. No.
So that that's like definitely there was like a lot more polish there, and I felt like they went into a more sort of like
Almost like Liz Phair route, kind of, right?
it was just more sort of like I would say there was like a more Van Halen type of influence, whereas like when they started off with their first album, which I believe was self-titled, it was way more of like a Ramones. Like they sounded just like the Ramones, and they sounded like I think they were really young, like teenagers, and it sounded like it was recorded inside of a trash can. Then their second album, which this song is from their second album, it's called their second album is called American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine from 1998. The song is called Rock and Roll Machine, and it's just it's like a upbeat, quick, like driving, rockin' number, and from a band that I love rediscovering something, something that I thought like this happened to me when I was in my early 20s that I discovered the Police.
Yeah.
The band, because it's like I always thought like, oh, they're like whatever. My dad likes the Police. I don't even think my dad does like the Police, but they just seem like old, boring music. And then
that song Fallout, it's a good song.
By the Police.
Yeah, and
I
Reggatta de Blanc.
Yeah. Well, Reggatta de Blanc's great, and then I got their first album, Outlandos de Amor, and I was like, oh, well, this is actually really good.
Alrighty, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's called Rock and Roll Machine. That's the name of the song.
Mine, just a real quick one. Mastadon. You like them?
Yeah.
This song is called Capillarian Crest, and it's off Blood Mountain. I think the song Colony of Birchmen you might know.
I do know. That's like the only Mastadon song that I'm really familiar with.
This one is like Colony of Birchmen, like, except they add in like prog, like these crazy, like the time signature changes a bunch, and like it just builds up to this whole like. I just always turn my. I think I mentioned my car goes up to like 40. I'll put it up to like 36 or 7, and just drive like with this blasting and like just. Oh, it's so heavy. It's like it reminds me of like if Rush like went insane or something.
If Rush went insane.
Yeah. I don't know, but really good. I saw Mastodon. Eagles of Death Metal open for Mastodon, which is a really funny lineup.
That is.
Yeah, but
I like the diversity in that.
It was good, yeah.
Though, yeah.
But they didn't play that song, but that's one of my favorites. I think that's my favorite album by them. That and Crack the Sky. But yeah, they're really good. I like Mastodon a lot, and that song in particular makes me want to be dangerous.
I saw them open for Primus at
in the convention hall.
Convention hall, yeah. Were you there?
No, I was outside. I heard Primus. They're like 2 last songs or something.
Yeah, that was a good show, and I was happy to see them. I had seen Primus many times outside on the summer stage. I'm wearing
a Claypool Lennon Delirium shirt.
You love that Tinder song, right?
Yeah, he's like...
Swiping left and right on Tinder.
That's going to come up every episode we do. But yeah, Mastodon really good. They didn't play Colony of Birchmen, which I found upsetting.
That's weird.
But so I didn't know anything. I was like, oh, you guys sound good, but I don't know any of this. But that's my bad. I could have done my research.
Nah.
But yeah, I like what I've heard.
Yeah, they're good. They're melodic, and they're not like too heavy, like to the point where it's like not tasteful, I guess. But yeah. Alrighty, what's your next?
The Hives, Abra Cadaver by the Hives, which
album is that?
Tyrannosaurus Hives from 2004.
I think definitely.
Yeah, it has Walk Idiot Walk, and what else? There's like another big one on there. It was another band like I didn't really like the Hives that much back when they were because they were really the bands. I don't know if younger people definitely won't remember that, but they were like.
They were in like every commercial, every movie, every like Talladega Nights, that kind of thing.
There was like
Tick Tick Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Tick Tick Boom.
There was the Strokes, the Hives, the Vines, the White Stripes. Like
the Vines were I like the Vines a lot.
It's funny because none of these bands really sound like each other, but it was just like the blanks, like and they're all rock.
Yeah,
bands,
the Hives, the Strokes, the Vines. Yeah,
I don't know. Like if you've never heard the Hives, I don't know exactly how to. I guess you could call them a punk band, but yeah, I don't know. There's like definitely a performative type of way about them. Like when you see them live, they talk about how great they are, and where like one of their albums I think or compilations called your new favorite band, and like there's a real braggadociousness to the Hives. But yeah, this song sort of changed my mind about the Abra, Cadaver. It's the first song off Tyrannosaurus Hives, and it's just like, it almost has a kind of like Suffragette City type of like,
oh yeah,
bam
I can
to
imagine
it.
that, because they kind of remind me a little bit of that heavy Bowie a little.
Yeah, so there's like a glamminess to it. But yeah, it's just awesome, and it's like, if I'm making a playlist like for like some cardio or something, like this will be the last song, the one that's like, it's less than 2 minutes and just like kick it into overdrive. Yeah, it's just dope.
Oh yeah, I dig it.
So the Hives, Abra, Cadaver, which is also a clever title.
Abra, Cadaver. My next song, I switched a song as we were talking because I remembered a song.
I wonder what you took off.
Can I do what I took off first as an honorable mention?
Sure.
It was Gun by Soundgarden.
Okay.
Do you know that one? It's like,
what album is it from?
it's Louder Than Love.
No, I don't really know that album.
Yeah.
I don't know the early.
It's
Soundgarden
really
albums.
plotting, and like the build up, it like builds up, the time goes up, like gets faster and faster. But that one really I wouldn't listen to in the car. I would listen to it more like I wouldn't listen to it to wreak havoc. I would like use it to like listen to Soundgarden. I don't know. Anyway, the next song that I chose is by a band that we both saw again. Little band called Refused.
We did. When did we see Refused? I know.
Open for Deftones.
Right. Yes.
And
yeah, that was great.
the song is called Refused Are. Can I curse?
Sure.
Refused Are Fucking Dead.
Yeah.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, sure. Well, that's yeah.
Oh my god, the way that song builds up with the guitar riff and everything, and his screaming and his yelling, and like that whole album is just The Shape of Punk to Come.
Yeah.
I think it's just like an immaculate album.
It's a very special
Summertime
album.
versus Punk Holidays.
Yeah, I always like the Deadly Rhythm. That's some of my favorite.
Oh, that one too.
Yeah.
So basically, I'll just put that
The whole album.
That whole album is my number.
And of course,
whatever.
we mentioned the big one, New Noise, which is like fantastic. That whole album is really, it's just like,
it just makes you want to wreak havoc.
do you know there's
Like,
a cover
and like change things that are bad in the world. That's what they're going for.
the Rise Against album, Revolutions Per Minute, is like a grenade with like headphones attached to it, and that, to me, that's what their Refused album is like. It's like listening to an explosion or something.
It's
that.
like you're on the cusp of something like going crazy.
And there's like spoken word interludes and like weird electronic interludes, and the Deadly Rhythm, that song I mentioned,
So good.
has like jazz samples buried in it. That album is
There's
amazing.
another song by them too, Rather Be Dead. That one.
Dead.
That one is really.
Last time I saw them, I was in Philly opening up for the Hives. Sweden.
Wow, that's a good
Sweden Unite. And they opened with Rather Be Dead. That was
Oh
awesome.
my god, that's such a good song.
Yeah, that band's Refused.
So Refused
great.
Are Effing Dead and Rather Be Dead.
Yeah, they're great. Oh, good
All
choice. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
I'm
great.
with that. Oh, what do I have next? Do you know the band Death?
Death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the death metal band, but like the hard rock band from the
Didn't they do that one, Politicians in My Eyes?
Politicians in My Eyes. Yeah,
That's them, right?
Yes, that is.
Yeah,
them.
they're really good.
They have, as far as I know, there's still only the one album, which was released in 2009, but it was recorded in the mid 70s, called For the Whole World to See.
Yeah, that's the one I listened to, I think.
Yeah, I want to say it's the only one. It's three brothers, the Hackney brothers, I think is their name. One of them died, but then there's actually a really great documentary about them called A Band Called Death that you should see if you haven't.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, it's really great. So it's essentially about how these songs got rediscovered years and years later. They had done the one thing, didn't even really come out, and they sort of gave up and forgot about it. And then these songs, like, unbeknownst to them, were being rediscovered, and
they're like really good.
one of the guy's son was like, Dad, you didn't tell me you were you thought it was amazing.
Oh my god.
So the song I picked is called Keep a Knockin', not the Little Richard song, but I chose the song "Keep It Knockin'," and yeah, they just they have kind of like a proto-punk, like I believe they're from the Detroit area, so there's definitely like a Stooges MC5-ness about their music, but it's just like I don't know. This is a real, like a for real hidden gem that got discovered, and it's one of those things where it's just like thank God that this was found and given to us.
I agree.
Like a real,
they're so good.
You know, like a gift. And I highly recommend checking out that documentary. But this will make you want to raise some hell for sure.
Certainly.
So let's Keep It Knockin' by Death, not the death metal band. Who honestly I don't know them. I know they're pretty good. But
Death is better. The Death.
I like Death better than Death. Anyway, Death, Keep It Knockin'. That's my 7th pick. So
I like it.
do you have your master list?
I do.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
So-
we did cause a little trouble. I feel like in the little break we took.
We went to the I told you to swerve between lanes. You did that a little bit.
No, I didn't do it at all.
No, that didn't
You
happen.
did say it, but I didn't.
I put
do
it. I said to you. We went to Quick Check
They didn't have what we
to find
wanted.
Baby Ruth, but they didn't have it. Then we went to Wow and they did have it.
Yeah. So
And-
all right. So you're on. You're up.
right.
We're ready for your number 7.
My next song is by a band with Henry Rollins is the lead singer. A band called Rollins Band. Did you choose?
Henry Rollins is the singer of Rollins Band?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I didn't choose. Well, if I would have chosen What's the Matter, Man? What's the Matter, Man?
It wasn't that
Oh
one.
yeah, that's the one I would have chosen because that song is dope. That's Tony Hawk 3, I want to say.
Yeah. No, that's it. But mine is the song Civilized. Do you know the song?
Honestly, as much as I love Henry Rollins, I'm pretty unfamiliar with Rollins Band apart from a few songs.
He's singing about like basically he's singing about like when the song he's like, oh my god, he's just screaming like about cops. He's like, you're just a pig to me. And he's like, you hide behind your gun. He's like, a gun in your hand makes a man out of you. A gun in your hand makes a target out of me. Like all that kind of stuff. It's just crazy shit. Like say what you will about that. I'm not trying to get into that, but just I listen to music firstly and not lyrics. Like I listen to the music first and then the lyrics.
Yeah, I'm like that too. In fact, sometimes there's a song I could hear 100 times and I still
don't know the lyrics.
In on the lyrics.
Yep.
Rollins is a different story though, especially in Rollins Band because of because of his phrasing. And the way. He doesn't sing really, and he doesn't scream really. He just kind of talks loud. I feel like
this one he gets really passionate in though. And you kind of tell like the song. I like the vibe of the song a lot, like the way the instruments are, and that's really why it makes it like really. Like want to wreak havoc. I guess the lyric subject matter, it's basically saying like, you know, go against that system or whatever, which I don't know. But yeah, Rollins Band are crazy.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them real bad.
Yeah, I've seen Henry spoken word 3 times, but I've never seen him in a musical capacity. That would have been really cool. But I'm a big Henry fan. I don't know that song. So
Henry Lee.
Henry Lee, the Nick Cave and the Bad Seed songs featuring PJ Harvey, a favorite of ours.
And The Customer.
That album is that album is crazy. Murder Ballads. That album is like it's hard to believe that album exists.
It's insane. The music video is crazy too.
Yeah.
They just like sing to each other.
Yeah, like in a very dark and
like
they're vampires. You guys gonna like murder each other with your bare hands? So
it's freaky.
Anyway. All right, good one. Rollins Band. You gotta check that song out.
It's a good song.
I think when you think about bands that sort of make you want to raise hell, I feel like there's like I don't know, like what when I say that, like a band that like makes you want to raise hell, like what band would you think of?
Me?
Yeah, you. Who else would it?
What band would I think of?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there a band called Hellraiser?
There's a movie called Hellraiser.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know, like Molly Crew or something.
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
You don't like them?
No, well, we'll talk about that later. Let's just say we'll leave that for the end. To me, like when I think of like, I guess I think just like the rawest, purest form of like rabble-rousing rock music. I think about Motorhead.
Oh yeah.
So, I've chosen a song by Motorhead. It's called.
Smells good.
It's not bad. Fire Fire by Motorhead from the Ace of Spades album from 1980.
Oh, that's such a classic.
That album is just like...
Yeah, it's a good song, too.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite Motorhead songs. And just, yeah, like, there's any number of There's literally a Motorhead song called Born to Raise Hell. So that would fit perfectly here. But, like, something about Fire Fire. And, like, songs about fire, too. It's just like, oh, it's just like, come on. And like
blowing shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
Dynamite.
There's like any number of Motorhead songs that could be that you know, literally just put on a Motorhead song. And
oh yeah.
So but I had to choose one, so I chose Fire Fire.
That's the one band where like I feel like if you saw them live, it would literally, if you saw like the I don't know, the frequency of the sound, you know how it like, if you see like on a, like if you're mixing a song, you see the frequency go up.
Yeah.
Like it would just be harsh, like a block of noise
yeah.
like, for the whole show.
I have seen Motorhead live.
Really?
Yeah.
At the where?
Birch Hill in Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Oh,
no longer there.
That must have been great.
Gone for years, but yeah, I was
super loud.
About
right?
15 or 16, and yeah, it was just. At the time, I only knew maybe 2-3 Motorhead songs, but it's just like didn't matter. It was like an amazingly awesome time, you know.
My dad in the '90s opened for them.
Dude,
yeah,
that's awesome.
1991 or 2.
Where?
New York City. I forget where, but that something that happened.
That's
yeah.
I didn't know that. You never told me.
Yeah.
That. That's awesome, man.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, Motorhead were. I mean, Lemmy. I always said about Lemmy, like if rock and roll was a human being, it was Lemmy. And
even did you ever see Dave Grohl at his funeral? It's like this. Yeah, it's really. He has a really great story about him, but I can't check it out. He basically says he's like such a sweetheart, but also he's that rock and roll. Like it's like an on and off switch type thing. Like,
and he seemed like a very compassionate and a very smart man too.
He was in Hawkwind.
He sure was. So Fire Fire by Motorhead, but honestly you can't go wrong with any Motorhead song you want to pick. So except maybe that Triple H theme song. I don't like that one so much.
Time to play the game.
Yeah.
Or what about Rock Out?
Rock Out! The Probot song, Shake Your Blood?
No, I think it's just called
Out.
I might be thinking of that one.
I think that song's pretty good, actually. That's Probot,
cool.
Which was Dave Grohl's group, but essentially that's Dave Grohl playing drums for like a Motorhead song, essentially. That's a pretty dope song, honestly. Shake Your Blood. Yeah, check that one out. Alright, so yeah, that was my number 8. That's my number 8 pick. So we're on 9 and 10, I think. So, bring it on home. We got 2 more each.
Alright, my next song is by a band called Fishbone.
Yeah,
do you like them?
I do. I don't know much about them, but the few songs that I do know, I like.
Which songs do you know? Like Everyday Sunshine?
I know. I know Skankin' to the Beat. I know.
That sounds good.
I know Ugly. I know. Is there a song called "Bone in the Boneyard"?
Yeah, or it's something like that. Yeah, Party at Ground Zero.
And I know. I love Party at Ground Zero. That's a great song. But I don't know a whole lot of Fishbone songs.
I've seen them twice, and they played this album, Chim Cham's Badass Revenge. You have to listen to it.
I'll listen to it.
And the first song is like Chim Cham, Chim Cham. And it's like about like a monkey or something. It's like a concept about like monkeys and feces. About a
and
like
you just made me not want to listen to this album.
Drinking beer. But the one song that I love is it's a song called Beer Gut.
Okay.
And it just makes me want to like, oh my god, I've never wanted to skank before. But at this show, it made me want to, like, violently skank.
I'm gonna need to see that. Hang on. I'll clear the finger.
No, I'm not gonna skank.
Please?
I don't even know how. This song playing, like if it was playing, I probably would have like just went around like this into people and like hit into them and stuff and like went into them and like bashed into the people who were skanking. So that's what I would have done. This song Beer Gut, like if you listen to it, it's like you could just tell the whole room just goes like insane when they played it. I saw them at Gramercy Theater in New York, and then also House of Independence. But
did they play the first House of Independence show? I want to say, or one of the.
I think they did, yeah. But I saw them like 2 years ago. I think.
Oh yeah, so it was a little later.
But yeah, they're a really good band. But their music kind of varies from a lot of different, genres. But they get very heavy sometimes, and they definitely make me want to wreak havoc and go to Walmart.
They make you want to go to Walmart?
Yeah, in Neptune. Walmart entrance that I've ever had.
I don't even. Do they even play music in the Walmart?
I have to play this.
Yo, I wish we could name my show Pony Malta.
We can. There's no trademark next to the name.
Where are the books?
I think they're near here.
Oh, it's like multimedia though that way.
And they changed the Pringles logo.
Do we look really weird right now, or is
No, we just look like we're something.
this even allowed?
Probably not. Walmart.
Yo,
And
No Fences by Garth Brooks. This has got Thunder Rolls, and it's got Friends in Low Places. Dope album.
this has I think this song's called Sweatpants.
Yeah. It's got, what's that other one? Good Kid, Mad City. Dope album.
Oh
Kendrick.
shit, I could actually get a memory card while we're here.
Yo, I got another Garth Brooks up in here? Yeah.
Hold that thought. This feels like hayride weather.
You want to go on a hayride?
I don't think there's any open. I can't believe that happened. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
That's great. It was better than I thought it would be, actually.
Yeah?
Okay, so really quickly, I want to mention, I didn't actually choose this song, but being that I am wearing the Iron Maiden shirt, I'd like to mention the song Transylvania by Iron Maiden, which is an instrumental.
I don't know that one. Is it heavy?
It is. It's a really awesome heavy instrumental. It's from once again my memory. It's from one of the first albums, one of the Paul Di'Anno albums, either Killers or the self-titled one. I can't remember right now. So yeah, that one's really cool. But very much in the same vein, I want to talk about a Judas Priest song from 1978 from the album Killing Machine. It's called Rock Forever. It's not like one of their most well-known songs. I guess stateside, maybe it's way bigger in England, and it's before they really, really exploded into like the popular consciousness in America with, I guess, Screaming for Vengeance would have done that, or maybe British Steel. But yeah, Rock Forever is just like, it's pretty simple. Song about how you want to rock forever. Rob Halford's vocals are just like on fire here, and there's like an amazing guitar solo in it, and it's just like one of the dopest Judas Priest songs that I know of. One of those ones where you catch yourself speeding when you're driving. For me, speeding is probably like 3 miles over the speed limit, and then I slow down.
I was actually an honorable mention. I was not Judas Priest, but I was going to put a song kind of similar music, Megadeth, 5 Magics, off of what was it? Rust in Peace.
Yeah, Rest in Peace is awesome. Yeah, I love Rest in Peace.
Yeah, same kind of vibe.
Yeah, I would have picked a Megadeth song. I really love Sweating Bullets. So
yeah, that's so.
Hello, me.
Yeah.
Meet the real me.
Mm-hmm.
You
He sings to himself,
Hello, me. Meet the real me. Misfits way of life.
and then he's like, seeing him live, he sounded like that, except like older.
Hello, me.
Wait a minute, what's the best part? He's like,
My icy fingers claw your back.
Well, they played it in like, I think like 2 steps down, so the music was like, he was like,
Hello, me. Meet the real
So Rock Forever, Judas Priest, Megadeth also would have fit in very nicely into this little. So we're on our last
This
songs
is it.
here. Yeah, let's go.
Alrighty.
I don't think I need this anymore.
So am I going?
Yeah, you're going.
All right. This is. I think I mentioned them on my last list, or I don't know, but it's the Jesus Lizard.
Did you mention one of those?
I don't think I
Or
did.
cheer up songs?
No, I definitely did. Jesus Lizard. The song is called Boilermaker, and it's off of the album Liar, and it's just. Oh my god, it kicks in and he literally screams and you're like in for the ride. Like the song makes you feel like with his first yelp he like straps you into like a roller coaster and you're just like going and that's it. You're on the David Yao's crazy joyride. And like they remind me of like they're so good. Like they're so heavy but he reminds me of like a drunk Lou Reed. But this song in particular, there's even a music video, or whenever he plays it live, like he'll start it and then he'll just jump into the crowd and he's like, "Oh, calm down." It's really good. You have to listen to it.
Yeah, I am wholly unfamiliar with the Jesus Lizard. I know you're a big fan, but I just never really listened to them. So yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to listen
Boilermaker.
to it. Boilermaker. Well, we're gonna make that Spotify playlist, so we'll have the link to that
The Rhett and Link.
here. Yeah. So you can hear that song and all the other songs we've mentioned. Well, not all the songs we've mentioned because I think we've mentioned way more than are actually on our list. All right. So you know what? Next time I've chosen these topics here. If we want to go again, if you'd like to go again, we'd love to have you. Why don't you choose the topic? Because it's like I feel like
songs that that people walk out to at a concert.
No, I gotta go.
Like perfect entrance music.
Entrance music, yeah. Like some bands do have entrance music, and I love when that happens.
It's my favorite when the lights go out.
The lights go out, and then that
people start
music,
cheering. The music
yeah,
yeah,
I love that. Bouncing Souls had taken to doing that, and like really picking interesting, cool choices. I always have. Maybe I'll save it for next week. But in my head, I'm not in a band. But I thought if I'm in a band and we walk out on stage,
okay, that's the topic.
Here's what I want to play.
That's the topic. If
so
you were in
in
a
a band,
which song would you walk out to?
Okay.
Or like which? We'll do like 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do that. I have one in my mind, like crystal clear set in my mind. Even when anytime I hear this song, that's what I think. Like, oh, if I'm in a band, this is when the light goes out. Yes.
Really?
Why do you know that? Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Is that one song from Tron?
No, it's called Da Funk by Daft Punk. The one that goes wow, 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 wow. Yes. What the fuck? Did you just pull that out of my brain? How did you do that?
Told you. Start to the Baby Ruth thing. You might start believing it now because like I know things.
Maybe
No, you've never mentioned it.
And you don't remember, and it's in there in your brain somewhere.
No.
Why did you say Daft Punk just now?
I just literally it just popped into my mind
Wow,
and I said it.
this is
weird.
odd. That
No, I swear to God, like it just popped into my mind. Like I would have not guessed that for
Wow.
some reason. And not
I don't
that
think I've
song
ever
either.
heard you say those words, Daft Punk.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever mentioned Daft Punk to each other ever.
Nope.
You know, they just broke up, so it's like
Yeah.
their names.
Maybe that's why I
but,
thought
well,
about
it was
it,
like a
'cause they
month
broke
ago,
up.
maybe, or something like that. But still, like,
I wouldn't have guessed that song.
wow. Get out of my damn head, you. Yeah, right. This is like a very low level episode of the X Files.
You know what happened? I think the fumes from the Sharpie went to my head.
Yeah, he's over here huffing markers.
It's like an ayahuasca.
Well, here's so my last one is something that maybe is a list that I'm sure this has been done many times before by many different people that talk about music, but the concept of a band that you don't like but a song you really like from them. So like the songs you like from the bands you don't, right?
And that's on this. Oh, this is another topic.
This is another topic, but it's
Oh.
this is my last choice. Is a band that I don't really
Like, but
I'm
you
not
can
really a
tolerate
fan
one
of this.
song.
No, not even tolerate. I think this song that I'm about to drop on you, I think genuinely is one of the best
Oh, that's good.
rock songs ever
Yeah,
from a
but you
band that
don't like
I
it, yeah.
really don't care for. Motley Crue. 1981, their album Too Fast for Love has a song Livewire on it. One of the best
That is a good song.
songs. Yeah. It's like
Also, Tony Hawk, I think.
is it on Tony Hawk?
I think it was on like American Wasteland.
Oh, we gotta do like top 10 songs from Tony Hawk games. That would
Yeah,
be, forget
that's
that.
good.
We have a lot of cross. We would have to consult with each other before on that one, I think. But yeah,
That's your number 10?
That's my number 10, Livewire by Motley
is a
Crue.
great
And that's
song.
like, that to
Oh,
me
that's
is
why
like,
you said we'll get to Motley Crue.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, when I think of these like type of songs, it's like, you know, Driving Fast, Going Out, Raising Hell. Like this might be the first one that comes to mind. It's just like this song, like truly, I don't even like Motley Crue. Like there's a couple of other songs of theirs that I think are like fine. Most of what I hear, I'm like, I don't like this. Even the rest of this album, Too Fast for Love, which admittedly I haven't listened to like super thoroughly, but there's nothing on there to me that even comes close to the like beauty and brilliance of Livewire. Livewire
It is a great song.
incredible. It's such a good song, and like the freaking cowbell he hits on it, and the way he's like he hits the cymbal and catches it, and it's just like, man, like I just love this song, and it's like one of those songs where you catch yourself driving too fast, just like the previous one I just mentioned.
That's a good topic for a video, though. Bands that you don't like, but you like one song.
Let's do that. All right, so that concludes our list of our Raising Hell songs. And
Yes.
Is there any final words we want to say?
No, I've learned a lot tonight, though, about reading minds and not being able to remember things properly. And, yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week, or day, or something. We'll see you
All
soon.
right. It's been real.
I'm gonna deep throw the baby Ruth. I'm gonna deep throw the baby Ruth. I'm gonna deep throw this baby Ruth. I'm gonna deep throw this baby Ruth. I'm gonna deep throw the baby Ruth.
That's kind of how it went down in my head.
Beautiful.